Are you making the right video content for your brand? Would you like to know what's working right now in 2024 in video? If so, you're going to love this episode of T.E.A Talks, as it's exactly what we're going to get into. Let's do it. Right, Darren, here we are back in the T.E.A Talks studio.
This is not the car.
It's been a little while. It has been a little while.
Why are we moving?
We've been, yeah, exactly. I don't have to focus on driving
too solid.
as well as doing the T.E.A Talks. But we've got a really interesting one today. So this is one of your ideas for this one. So this is one where we want to look at. We've done a few where we're talking about video, but this is one you particularly wanted to look at because everyone's seemingly doing video now, or a lot more people are doing video.
It's more and more popular.
But it's really about what types of video.
Yes.
So do you want to just give a little bit of background as to where the idea for this one came from?
Wistia.
Wistia. What's Wistia for the uninitiated?
Wistia is a fantastic resource of information.
It is.
And they created, a little bit of time ago now, a State of Video 2024. Which I've read, and it's full of useful information. But there are a few key things in there that keep coming back to my mind, and I want to paint you a little picture.
Oh, we like a picture. We like a picture being painted. Go for it. Go on.
We did a video a couple of months ago. In fact, speaking of cars, it was our first car T.E.A.
Was it?
Talk.
Okay, there you go.
The very first one. We were on our way to film something, and we were talking about how it's easier than you think to film on location. If you haven't gone and seen it, go back, we'll put the link below. But in that video, we talked about how using high quality content is not always the answer. That actually sometimes people even prefer low quality content. Now, I got a few comments on that video.
You did?
I had some people saying that they disagreed with me. Some people saying that I was outright wrong, that low quality content is not an excuse for making rubbish. And ultimately, I think those people got the wrong end of the stick.
Right.
I think those people might have only watched the preview video.
Okay.
And they hadn't seen the full thing.
Yeah.
However, I went back and reread Wistia's report.
Right.
And funnily enough, there were a lot of similarities between what I was saying and what they're saying.
Right.
So I thought it would be worth expanding on what we were talking about, expanding on Wistia's report, which I think is a really, really good resource, and helping the people watching, the brands, the companies, the businesses, to make sure, as you were saying earlier, that they're doing it right. They're doing it so that they can get the most out of video.
And also, not just, it's really what's happening and what's Wistia, who have access to untold amounts of video content.
Well, and also just to give you a quick stat about their sort of report, they surveyed over 2,000 professionals and looked at over 100,000 businesses.
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
And more than 90 million videos to create this report.
That's amazing. So that's a lot of content. And I think because it was, it's a recent report, and we keep our fingers on the pulse, or you do, in terms of what's happening just generally out there. I think this one is quite a good assessment of the lay of the land, of what's working right now for brands, because everyone's talking about video, and lots of brands are embracing video and they're playing with video. But I think there's some good takeaways and good notes in it of like, this stuff's really working. And a lot of it we're doing more and more with our clients and so on. But give us some headlines.
So I think one of the most important takeaways from this is that audiences want to learn how to use your product and gain industry experience. And I think there's a lot of products out there where learning more about them is really beneficial to the consumer. And actually there are brands, particularly smaller brands, who aren't taking advantage of that with video.
So how can they do it?
So, as we've stated before, and as I am a huge advocate of, I've said it many times, I'm sounding like a bit of a broken record at this stage, you don't need to spend a lot of money to make a good educational video or instructional video. And as the report states, it's those educational and instructional videos that were by far getting the most engagement out of any other video type. So if you're a brand and you're selling something that you could teach your consumers, your customers about in some way, then just get your phone.
Yeah.
Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
And they have decent cameras and microphones these days. And do a video.
Yeah.
Even it's even been proven, and it states in the report, if you look at it in more detail, that even simply using a webcam and doing a talking head video, for those who don't know, talking head video is just literally just talking to camera.
Yeah.
Then that is even very engaging and very useful and actually quite successful a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And also quite low quality.
Yeah. Well, I think the term low quality, that for me,
yes,
I don't like that as a term.
No.
Because you think low quality, you think, oh, but actually what we mean by low quality and what I think when
low budget.
Is low budget, but you can create a great video on your phone or with a camera that for a few £100.
Yes.
You can create an amazing video rather than, but it's not with all the bells and whistles.
No.
You know, it doesn't have to be that.
No,
high
I think
production,
you're right. I think that low quality is maybe not the right word or term.
Yeah.
Low budget is probably closer.
Yeah.
But I suppose the most accurate way is just to simply say it's not high budget.
Yes,
it's
not high production value. Exactly.
So I think that's important, and that leads us on to the second biggest takeaway, which is bigger budgets don't mean bigger numbers.
There you go.
So they've seen in their report that high production values and more resources aren't the key to keeping viewers glued to your videos. And audiences are willing to watch and sometimes prefer low budget video content.
I think it's just a bit more real. I just think of it from myself as a consumer, you know, and from the videos that we're working with, or the brands that we're supporting, is we're just trying to make it feel a little bit more real.
Exactly.
And a little bit more authentic, and actually not having it quite so polished, and having it, you know, it's why you're seeing brands do the behind the scenes shot. It makes all when you came to me and you said, look, the biggest takeaway from this report is the educational, instructional. That was obvious. You know, that to me is so obvious, because you're in business, whoever you are, whatever your product, whatever your service, you're in business for a reason. You're an expert at selling a thing, providing a thing, doing a thing. So it makes all the sense in the world to be using video as a great medium to actually showcase that. And here it is, and this is its use, use case, or the purpose the problem it solves, or the purpose it serves. Makes all the sense. And video is by far and away the easiest, quickest, and arguably best way of showcasing that to Joe Public who want to buy the product.
It is. Yeah.
So it makes all the sense in the world. And I think, as you say, the ability now to actually get your phone or just be able to bring that product, that service to life using the medium video makes all the sense in the world. And so it doesn't surprise me that is head and shoulders the best engaging type of video content. One of the big things we've seen is that you don't necessarily have to go all out to create a video to get great engagement. And a lot of the videos we're creating are for ads, actually. And when we're, and with ads specifically, you've got such a limited time to capture, the attention and to keep the attention of the customer. So they have to be high impact, but that doesn't always have to mean that they need to be super polished. It can just be, it's really just put the product front and center, make that the hero, try and build a narrative around it, and so on. The other big thing that I took away from the report was what you were talking about is the video for nurturing and building that engagement. That, do you want to expand that? Because that was really, really interesting when it comes to that lead generation, but actually, how, and I guess it ties into that whole story piece, but using video to really build that relationship with the customer.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, it almost ties back into, it's a kind of simple psychology in a way. Back in the days when I was doing YouTube, and I was a YouTuber, I stumbled upon this statistic where it said that if a YouTuber at the end of their video simply says, please like and subscribe, it automatically increases the amount that people actually do. So by including a call to action at the end of a video, or at some point throughout, we might do an ad in this video at some point. Maybe
keep your eyes
a call to action for something else in here. Then that will automatically increase the likelihood that your leads are going to be generated.
Yeah, exactly. So, it makes sense. The other thing that I really like about video, and just how reports are showcasing and talking about video, and how we're using video, and how we're seeing brands, not just our clients, but other brands are using video, is we in our world we use video for a lot of ads.
Yes.
Great, right? But what's great is when we think about the core concept that we have for all of our clients, which is this backbone of digital marketing principle, the great thing with video is different types of video. You can create short form, really high impact videos for your ads, which is hugely impactful. But then you can also use video as a medium for the traffic that are already on your website, which ties into that kind of the educational stuff, is the telling the story of the brand, introducing the team, so you can use video in that form. You can also then, if we stay on this backbone of digital marketing concept, which if you don't know what it is, check it out. We'll include the link to that. It's a concept we've used for more than a decade here at Evergreen. But if we go from the traffic we're buying to the traffic we own, i.e. brand, they're on our website. Then if we think about the traffic we're nurturing, which is the social media, it's your email, again, how many brands, not enough is the answer, but how many brands are utilizing video with their socials and their email marketing? You know, you've got a great email list, including some video within that, or at least linking off to video. Hugely powerful. Don't see enough brands doing that. And we don't even do it. This is not we don't even do email marketing for our clients. We might do one day, but we don't do it. But brands absolutely should be utilizing, but I think brands think, oh, well, email, that's just its own thing, and therefore, why aren't you incorporating video into that?
And that's the thing, I don't think a lot of people know that you can.
No, it's such a no-brainer. It's just using video for, I think so many brands think, well, we're using video, but we're only using it in this context. But actually thinking of it for different purposes, you can create 10-second ads that can be really impactful when it comes to your ads, your Google, your Meta, whatever. You can do completely different types of video when it comes to the traffic that's on your website, the people that know you, you're building a relationship with them, you're wanting to upsell, you're wanting to really tell the story of the product or the value of it or the purpose, whatever. You can have a completely different stream again, a sequence even with email to tell a story over a number of emails, a sequence, hugely powerful, so many ways you can deploy that. And then the last one on this backbone concept is the E, which is the traffic that you earn, and that goes full circle, goes right back to the educational and the instructional content, because if you're using video and you're seeding it on YouTube and you're getting out there and you're genuinely adding value to your end user, that can again be hugely powerful because it increases your SEO, it improves your brand visibility. You build yourself into the authority within your space by using video. And again, they can be longer form videos. And so you can just see how you can use video in all types of your marketing.
There you go. I mean,
so powerful.
And I think you've summed it up really well there, is that actually a lot of people think of video as just this one thing. But there are so many different ways that you can use it.
And that is, I think, that for me was one of the key things, was actually the report was just reiterating, like, this is working really well and that's working really well, but actually, and we're talking to brands, we want to do this, we want to do that, and actually we're going, look, great, let's do that. But also, have you thought about doing this? And have you thought about doing this? And you know, we're doing it for ourselves. If you think of the different types of content, we're creating T.E.A Talks, you know, short 15, 20-minute videos. We're then creating Uncut. You know, we can be recording an Uncut over a week, but it can be consolidated down to a 10-minute video over a course of a number of days.
And by the time this comes out, we should be doing our podcast.
Our podcast will be out, exactly. It will.
45 minutes to an hour.
Completely different format.
Which is another thing they mentioned in the report, is that longer form content is actually more successful.
But and that's it. The pod is going to be, 45 to an hour. It's going to be with a guest for a portion of it. Completely different format, completely different look and feel. And again, it's just another example of all of the different ways you can utilize video to create amazing content. So hugely, hugely powerful.
There you go.
Should we link to the report that you read in the comment? That's probably an idea, isn't it?
And we've actually summarised the report ourselves on the Evergreen website.
Of course,
so
there you go.
I'll link to that, which also links to the full report if you want to go and have a download of that.
We're just the gift that keeps on giving. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Let us know what you think. If you are using video, great, well done you. But are you using it in a myriad of different ways? If you're not, hopefully we're giving you something to think about. We'll wrap this one up here for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Until next time.